We started in the late 80s in timber framing, heavy timber frame post and beam construction. And as a natural evolution of that, got into panelization. We do fine woodworking, just cabinetry, stairs, doors. And we do a little bit of in-house architectural design. The work that we do it tends to be pretty complex. hsbDesign or hsb offers solutions that really bring you, starting with the actual 3D model development all the way through that fabrication.
Day to day, we use hsbDesign for probably 90% of the day. We are taking a concept model from an architect or a napkin sketch from a homeowner, and we're able to quickly get that into a 3D model in hsbDesign. The best parts to be able to customize. All of our projects are one-off, so the ability for us to design what we need to using hsbDesign is great. The check construction feature allows us to check for potential interferences before a project is fabricated and we end up having to fix issues downstream. Some of the other key aspects of hsbDesign that we use a lot are the export functions. They allow us to be really efficient in creating material lists so that our ordering is very seamless and accurate for getting the right material here at the right time for our just-in-time manufacturing process. So with hsbDesign, we are exporting to our machines out in the shop. We export to our K2 Hundigger software, which is a seamless process, really a couple clicks and it's in that software and away we go.
Models change all the time. It's something that we're always dealing with all the way up to the very end, right before we're about to lock it off for production. There's always something that's gonna change, and being able to quickly and easily change the model to match whatever our design intent is really important. To make it kind of just for us and just for our systems, just for our equipment. There's no other modeling software that I've ever run into where you're going to be able to do that parametrically and then save that and be able to use it again in 3 seconds once you've got it done is really powerful. You know, we wouldn't really be able to do what we do without it.
hsbDesign is a great tool to help eliminate mistakes in our shop because we're able to build the entire frame all the way down to the offset and the pegs in the model. There's no question about where it should be when it comes out of the machine. We put it where it should be to start with. And it doesn't rely on the human factor to make sure they remember to do it. It is a very efficient program to work with, and with the clean output, we're able to get our models directly to our programmer for him to transfer into the QLDX, so the SCM machine.
It was just the first of this year, so 9 months ago or so, that we decided to transition from paper shop drawings, fabrication drawings, into hsbView. We were putting together individual panel drawings that had an individual sheet for every single layer of an assembly. And so there were projects where it was 500 to 800 individual pieces of paper per project. hsbView took all of that. You know, it took the paper that needed to be printed, but also the lift that went into creating those drawings, and it took all of that work away. I think hsbView probably saves us, I'd say, a minimum of 40 hours on a project. A designer sitting behind the computer and just snapping dimensions and, you know, trying to make sure they're calling out all of the specialty details that are required to build our assemblies. The panels we're building have quite a few more layers. You know, it's not just framing and sheathing. You know, we're building an assembly that is rigid wood fiber insulation. We're pre-applying membrane and 7+ layers on a standard wall panel that we're building. So all of that is then just export right out of hsbView. The level of customization and, you know, the way that we're able to really modify the software to work with our panels that are far more complex than I'd say a lot of people are building in America. It's totally revolutionized the way we do fabrication, and, you know, it's changed that process basically from, you know, the time we're done with a model until panels are ready to go out and be installed on site.
There's always the first week of getting used to running a tablet opposed to flipping through pages. But once we got through the first week, It grew on everybody. The second week, everybody really enjoyed it. Some of the challenges we had before with paper was we have so many layers in our walls that we end up with 10 different sheets of papers, and then you have another sheet of paper with all the details. The PDF viewer is beneficial in the sense that they can go through without flipping a page and go to each detail when there are specific details to look at that cannot be shown in the regular view. Makes it easy for the crew in the shop to be able to see what they're building before they build it. The one thing that's been nice with having to make revisions is I can call the engineer and then it's automatically uploaded to the tablet on the hsbView. There's no reprinting of paper. There's no getting papers mixed up with an old detail and the new detail. It's made things a lot more clear. The challenges that hsbView eliminated had a lot to do with the detailing in our walls. There's so many layers and so many small details to pay attention to that can't be missed, especially for air barrier. So having the ability to zoom in, eliminate layers on the panels, and separate the layers in the panels and look at one layer to make it more clear for the folks that are actually building the panels to do their job accurately. It's been super beneficial. If we weren't using hsbView today, we would be taking a step backwards. If we were to go back to using paper, it would just be more cumbersome, more complicated.